Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be doing an episode in my Bless This Mess little series. So I did the first episode like probably a year ago, honestly. So if you guys would like to check that out, feel free to do so. The link will be in the description box. But essentially this is kind of like any other art journal that you've seen on my channel. So like wreck this journal, create this book, kind of like that. The only difference is that it's kind of like a devotional type of art journal as a way to work through some verses in the Bible. So I think that's a really unique idea and super fun. So let's get going. Alright, so this first page has the prompt, fill the page with joy, and pretty much you're supposed to put things here such as lyrics or words or things that provide joy to your life. So I thought the color yellow was appropriate for this, so I wrote out joy in a bunch of different yellow markers, and I was originally going to be using some magazine cutouts to add some more yellows, but I couldn't really find any in the ones that I had on hand, so I just left those to use for something else. So I just filled in the word joy, and then I'm just kind of doodling in all of the blank space to fill it up with as many happy doodles as possible. I wanted this to be pretty abstract because I was going to do the writing stuff surrounding the words. So I wanted this to just be really simple, and had a great time just digging around and finding all of my different yellow markers because I feel like I don't use yellow that often. Ever since that day out in the park. Once that was done, I added a basic drop shadow with a yellow crayon just to add some shading, and then I'm using a yellow fine tip marker to write in all of the things that are joyful in my life. So I like the yellow background because it kind of blends in with the big word joy, and it doesn't make it so it's taking away the emphasis from the main word on the page. So that's how it turned out. It's really simple and not anything like super creative, but I think it looks pretty nonetheless. Know that when I'm with you, there's nothing we can't do. And the next page has the prompt where you're supposed to write and draw things for the fruits of the Spirit. So I took some scrapbook paper that I had lying around, and I wanted to use these to cut out to make little fruits to go around the page. So I am just keeping the designs pretty simple. So I have an apple over here, and I was just kind of going based off of the colors that I had. So over here I have a kiwi, so I layered a brown piece of paper with green, and then here's a cute little strawberry. I always seem to like not be able to think of any fruits when I have to like draw them or stuff, so I always have to like look up things like that, which is so funny. But I did end up finding enough to correspond with my colors of scrapbook paper that I had. So I have grapes over here, then I'm adding a pear with a little leaf on top, some blueberries in the corner, and then this watermelon that's kind of not the right color of pink, but that's all right. And then because I didn't have yellow paper on me, I just colored a piece, and I made another orange where I used some markers to help that out. And then by each of the fruits I wrote down one of the fruits of the Spirit, and I outlined that with a black marker just kind of continuously around the page because I thought that a black background would be kind of cool, or a black and white I mean, just to kind of make sure that the fruits were the center of the focus for the page. And I think it turned out really well, so that is the completed page. Maybe I'll be better when we're old enough. Hey, I'm sorry for dreaming about the future. And last up for this video is me completing the cover of the book. So usually I leave this to like kind of the end of my journey through the book, and it's always a bad idea. So I'm going to be proactive this time and complete the cover first thing, or very close to the beginning. So I wanted to keep the title and the author's name to use for the front cover, so I cut those out, and then I'm using some cereal box cardboard to glue that in to make sure that the cover is still sturdy. and then I'm using some masking tape just to make sure everything is nice and secure. I wanted to add a bunch of texture to the front of this, so I cut out some triangles with some cardstock and did some layering with those by gluing them on and then also putting some on top of each other. And then I decided to paint the entire front cover, so I'm doing pink to start, and then later on I ended up just kind of going crazy with the white because my pink wasn't the right color, and then I'm adding some yellow, and I'm using a piece of cardboard to kind of scrape this along the front cover so that because there's the raised triangles, the yellow gets scraped off of the triangles and stays kind of between the different shapes, if that makes any sense. But once that was dry, I taped on the title and author's name, and then that is the completed cover. I think the color turned out really nice and it reminds me of a sunset, so it's super pretty and will be great that I completed this right away and don't have to worry about doing that later on. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which page I did today was your favorite, and I will see you in my next video.
Watch the time float on. Cool it blow.